Hello, my name is Judy Solis.
And I'm Zeitlin Perez, and this is Urban Lifestyle Media. It's been a couple of months since our last episode, and I hope everyone watching is being extra careful during this pandemic, but we are back.
Yes, we are definitely back. And a big thank you to Miss Yaya for covering for me during this time. And as we navigate through life, we have to be realistic. People are still going to bars and restaurants. And today we're coming to you from GRANO DE CAFÉ, a Colombian bakery, restaurant, and bar on Northern Blvd, Queens.
One of my favorite places, our very own Miss Yaya, is with one of the owners, Wille Barona, aka Willie Da Baker. Let's check it out.
Thank you so much, Zeitlin and Judy. Bueno, ahora vamos a hablar en español con el gran Wille Barona. Y bueno, Willie, cuéntanos, ¿cómo llegaste a ser panadero y uno de los dueños de GRANO DE CAFÉ?
Bueno, muchas gracias. Primero que todo, siempre me ha gustado el arte de la culinaria, la panadería, ¿sí? Siempre tuve una gran inquietud. Más de 18 años de experiencia, me he especializado en todo tipo de pan colombiano, en repostería también. Y ahora la gran oportunidad que tengo de ser parte del equipo de GRANO DE CAFÉ.
Yo sé que te dicen Willie Da Baker, pero también deberían de llamarte Willie the Singing Baker, porque tú te pasas el día entero cantando y bailando en la cocina. Cuéntanos.
Bueno, lo que pasa es que siempre que estoy trabajando me gusta cantar porque ese es el toquecito, ¿no? Y uno le pone mucho amor a la cosa y ahí que quede bien chévere todo.
Sí, mucho ron de calde ahí en el pan.
El toque secreto.
Sí, en el pan borracho, pero me dicen que Romeo Santos es tu artista favorito.
Ser este un sueño que perdí o en verdad ya no te tengo. Cuánto quisiera cerrar los ojos y expresar de nuevo.
Ay, no. La comida colombiana y los postres son tan deliciosos y a la gente le encanta. ¿Por qué crees que la gente corre hacia sus postres?
La gastronomía colombiana en sí es muy deliciosa, ¿sí? Toda la gastronomía colombiana, los tipos de panes, los postres, de verdad que tienen un toque bien delicioso. Y pues nosotros le tenemos el secreto a todo lo que hacemos.
Willie, ahora ustedes van a introducir bizcochos en sus fiestas privadas aquí en el patio. Háblanos de eso.
Sí, les ofrecemos para todo tipo de ocasión, sí, lo que las personas lo deseen. Sí, tenemos diferentes tipos de pasteles, de bizcochos, sí, para bodas, para cualquier tipo de fiesta privada, bautizos, graduaciones, al gusto de la persona, lo que las personas quieran.
Ahora con lo que está pasando con la pandemia, que hay muchos negocios que están sufriendo, la comida nunca se va para ningún lado. Eso siempre es algo, la gente siempre tiene hambre. Y dinos cómo es que GRANO DE CAFÉ ha podido sobrevivir con lo que está pasando.
Primero que todo, gracias a Dios, nosotros hemos sido uno de los negocios que ha sobrevivido, nos mantenemos en pie. Hay una estrategia de negocio que tenemos las aplicaciones, ¿sí? Y Uber, Grab, pero también contamos con el patio del negocio, ¿sí? Y tenemos un personal especializado para la atención. Y aquí se le brinda una buena atención y muy cómodo, la gente viene, le gusta mucho porque es un lugar se sienten como muy en casa, es muy agradable.
Y también pronto van a haber fiestas aquí, más fiestas privadas.
De hecho ya estamos haciendo las fiestas, ¿sí? Ya hemos celebrado graduación,
sí, bodas.
Y bodas a petición de las personas, lo que las personas quieran. Tenemos un personal que se encarga de la decoración y de ponérselo al gusto de lo que la persona desee.
Bueno, Willie, gracias. Willie the Singing Baker, the Singing Dancing Baker, aquí en GRANO DE CAFÉ. Y dile al público cómo pueden encontrar a GRANO y invítalos.
Bueno, están cordialmente invitados a GRANO DE CAFÉ, 9812 de la Northern Blvd, donde le brindamos una atención como en casa.
Colombian bakeries are so popular, and here at GRANO DE CAFÉ, I can enjoy some of the best vegetarian food. I can have my salads, rice and beans, and some of the best natural juices ever. I can also enjoy it in their outdoor seating.
My personal favorite is la bandeja paisa. Make sure you try it on your next visit. GRANO DE CAFÉ also has this beautiful space they call El Patio, great for small weddings, baby showers, birthdays, all occasions. And in August, they'll be hosting private dinners, 3-course meals, wine, dessert, and live music. So stay tuned for details.
And now let's check in with Maria-Isabelle from MI Sports for the latest.
Slowly but surely, sports are coming back in the United States. And as a woman, I'm very proud to say that the National Women's Soccer League were the first professional team sport to start their season with a tournament called the Challenge Cup. They started in June and ended in July with an intense match between the Houston Dutch and the Chicago Red Stars. Guys and ladies, Major League Soccer resumed their 25th season with a tournament called MLS is Back, which has a similar World Cup format, which I love because if you know me, you know I love World Cups. This tournament will end on August 11, and the league is hoping to finish their season with the teams back in their markets. And even though fans are not allowed in the stadiums, you can still put your jersey on and cheer on. The NHL came up with a very unusual plan, but one that works for hockey fans. Training camp started in July, but their season is going to finally start on August 1st. For all of you who love basketball, the WNBA started their season in Florida in July, while the NBA resumed their season at the ESPN complex in Florida. These two leagues are the only ones who will end up their season in their bubble. Major League Baseball started on July 23rd with the first game between the world champions Nationals against the Yankees. And the first pitch was thrown by the famous Dr. Anthony Fauci, which I think he needed more practice. The World Series is hoping to end at the end of October. At first, the NFL schedule was not affected by COVID-19 pandemic, but that changed pretty quickly. The NFL and the NFL Player Association agreed that it was too risky to have preseason games that didn't count, so they canceled all of them. As of now, the NFL major concern is the safety of the players and to start their season on time. The first game will be played on September 10 with the teams playing in the regular markets. For sure, we will have a lot of sport updates in the next couple of months. I am Maria-Isabelle and this is MI Sports for ULM.
Thank you, Maria-Isabelle, for the update. God knows what will happen if football season is canceled. Where are all the men gonna go on Sundays?
Well, maybe they'll finally get around to those projects that they've tried to do but never actually completed.
Well,
at least they don't have excuses now.
Well, let's see how that turns out. But one thing is for sure, that fashion will never be the same again, now with these face coverings being mandatory.
Well, I'm still wearing my generic city mask.
Yeah, I have like a little cultural one, but what would be the most that you would spend for a face covering?
I think it depends on the occasion, if I'm actually doing something that day.
Well, for me, I think I don't want to spend more than $20.
That's actually reasonable, but you do know that high fashion brands are now investing into the mask business, right?
Ooh, well now for fashion, we gotta put some more money then.
Exactly.
It looks like we're going to be wearing cloth face masks for a while, which is all the more reason to find one that you like. The CDC has been recommending that people wear masks when going out in public. Governor Andrew Cuomo issued an order that New Yorkers must wear masks in public places where social distancing 6 feet is not possible. Cuomo specified that people would not be jailed for not wearing a mask, but fines could be issued. Similar orders have been issued in New Jersey and other states. Wearing a fabric mask as a civilian is now common sense, provided you can afford and access one. We'll be wearing masks to the grocery store, on walks and runs, and maybe even after the crisis abates. So it's likely that masks is becoming a fashion item rather than merely functional. The best face masks to wear are made of cloth. Leave the surgical mask and the N95s for the healthcare professionals and essential workers. Besides, designers have been in the fabric mask game for a long time. Billie Eilish wore a Gucci face covering that's probably not CDC approved to the Grammys before the coronavirus was a pandemic in the United States. Fendi and other high-end fashion brands are all making masks. So if your wardrobe is not all designer brands or not within your budget, you can also find comfortable, reusable, and stylish masks and face coverings on Etsy and popular brands like Gap, Old Navy, and Urban Outfitters for more affordable options.
Whoa, this Colombian fruit salad looks delicious. Perfect on a hot summer night.
Well, you know I've been working really hard and dedicated to my home workouts, but today I'm going to enjoy my mamita's ice.
Ooh, and coconut is definitely one of my favorites.
I'm so excited, I can't wait.
But you've also been very busy with your project, Judy's Eco Tips, where you teach us on how we can do our part to help the planet.
Yes, I'm super excited for you guys to see it. Let's check it out. Hey guys, Judy Solis here with Judy's Eco Tips. While people are tackling the COVID-19 virus, the shutdown has given the earth a breather to recover a bit. So I decided to share with you guys some of the positive side effects happening around the world since we decided to stay home. The cities around Delhi have seen a 60% drop in pollution levels. That's a city that has deemed the most polluted capital in the world. The Chinese city of Wuhan, where the deadly virus was first identified, saw a 44% reduction in air pollution levels. And for the first time in 30 years, the Himalayas are actually visible from India. Bogota, Colombia is also usually choking with traffic so bad that officials occasionally ban cars for entire days. But since the quarantine took hold, exhaust fumes have fallen and the roads are clearer than ever. Now, not only has the air quality improved during Corona, but wildlife have also taken advantage of the clear cities. Dolphins have returned to the Marine Drive in Mumbai since the decrease in water traffic and pollution. It's given them a new playground. Water flowing through Venice canals has cleared up and swans are seen swimming clearly. And wild goats have taken over empty streets in Wales. Here is proof that the earth is healing. Air pollution is slowing down, water pollution is clearing up, and natural wildlife are returning home. Now I have a few science-backed ideas to keep the momentum going, and who knows, maybe some of these choices will become a part of your everyday life. You can go vegetarian for a meal, a day, or longer. Cut back on at-home energy use. There are steps you can take right now to reduce how much power your household uses. You can switch to a renewable power source. When you can, run, walk, or bike as a form of transportation. And check your local candidates' platforms. When it's time, know what kind of climate and environmental action your potential representatives stand for. Figure out who is running and what their platforms say about environmental issues. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time for Judy's Eco Tips. That was an incredible experience. We got to travel all around Colombia and meet some amazing people, and I learned so much. Once we're able to travel again, I will go back in 1 second.
Congrats, Judy. And yes, I also traveled to Colombia a couple of years ago. The country is so beautiful and the people are so welcoming. I also was working with Emmy Award-winning producer Renzo Debbia, who is also the producer of your project and this show that you are watching.
Yes, Renzo has been working in the Latino media market for over 27 years, and he's also the producer, writer, and director of a documentary called Afro-Latinos, The Untaught History.
What a great time to introduce a documentary that looks at race in all Latin American countries, with so much information and history that we were never taught in schools. Afro-Latinos, The Untaught History is now available on Vimeo On Demand.
Afro-Latinos, The Untaught Story. This documentary series will take you on a journey throughout Latin America from Mexico to Argentina, educating us on the history of Afro-Latinos.
En Chile como que la cultura negra es como nada, es como que no hay información, no se cuenta nada, nunca se sabe nada de allá.
Puchica, hay morenos en Guatemala, es increíble.
Las fiestas están impregnadas de una herencia africana viva, los carnavales, la música, el colorido de los trajes y en el sistema de creencias.
The movement of Rastafari, born Yasso in Colón City of the Republic of Panama.
We explore the rhythms of Latin America. We then taste the traditional flavors of Latin dishes of African origin. And a very important part of this documentary is the identity of the Afro-Latino, from the United States to Argentina, where we interview people who tell us how they perceive themselves.
Pues históricamente el haitiano es el africano, nosotros somos los blancos. Entonces ahí existe esa negación de lo que somos en el sentido de las raíces africanas, y culturalmente los dominicanos tenemos una gran influencia africana.
Es lindo saber cuál es la raíz de uno y que no sientan vergüenza de ser garífuna.
One of the most imperative parts of this documentary is the social issue section that addresses what Afro-Latinos are going through still today.
Queremos apoyo para las viviendas, las láminas, los pisos, todo eso.
Never has a documentary covered the entire spectrum of Afro-Latino culture.
Afro-Latino, this is it. The wickedest documentary for me entry for the whole century.
It's about time we give Afro-Latinos a voice, unravel the truth, and teach the stories never taught to us.
Just go to Vimeo On Demand, type Afro-Latinos, and you can see the full version in English.
What a great episode. Thank you, Miss Yaya, Willie Da Baker.
And of course, Maria-Isabelle.
So let's wrap up this episode so we can get this Grano de Café party started. So for all information on ULM, events, promotions, Judy, tell them what to do.
It's simple as always, guys. Email us at subscribe@ulmedia.net.
Thank you, Grano de Café! This ULM episode is brought to you by Grano de Café, 9812 Northern Blvd, Corona, Queens.